How much of your mental load is a self-imposed distraction that's just kind of keeping you away from your desires? Probably most of it, and you're probably using it to avoid making any real decisions. The mental load is partly legitimate because somebody has to track the appointments and remember what needs to happen and when it needs to happen. But the majority of what's consuming your headspace isn't actually necessary logistics. It's self-generated anxiety that you're using as white noise to drown out the question of whether or not you even want the life that you're busy managing. All of that replaying of conversations, rehearsing hypothetical conflicts, obsessing over whether you handled something correctly, that's not productive thinking. That's your brain keeping you occupied so that you don't have to sit with what you'd actually choose if nobody else's needs were dictating your decisions. What makes the mental load so effective as avoidance is that it feels virtuous. Worrying about whether everyone has what they need or spinning out about logistics makes you feel responsible and thorough, like you're doing important work. But really, you're just filling every available minute of mental space so that there's not any room left for desire to surface. Desire's dangerous. It's going to tell you that you're bored in your relationship, or that your career isn't aligned with what matters to you, or that you've been living someone else's version of success and claiming it as your own. The mental load protects you from having to act on any of that by keeping you so overwhelmed that you can't even identify what you want in the first place. If you actually cleared the unnecessary noise, you'd probably find that underneath it all are some pretty clear answers about what would make you feel alive instead of just functional. But those answers would require you to make a different choice, potentially disappoint a few people, and maybe even risk pursuing something that might not work out. So instead, you stay busy, busy enough that wanting anything beyond surviving the week feels impossible. Then you tell yourself and everyone else that once things calm down, you'll focus on what matters. Things are never going to calm down because you're the one generating the chaos that's letting you avoid the harder question of what you do with your life if you stopped using busyness as a shield.